Mortal Kombat 1 launches this week, meaning that in a couple of days, nobody's really going to care about what you were doing competitively in Mortal Kombat 11 anymore. If you guys know anything about the fighting game community, and especially just content in general, it's not really what did you do back then, it's what are you doing right now, which means my competitive success in this game is not going to matter in 2 days. I have, however, been playing Mortal Kombat for a very long time. I'm a big physical guy too. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance was my first introduction to the series as a kid, and I've been in love with this fighting genre ever since. So as you can imagine, every time there's an opportunity to participate in Mortal Kombat content, I generally try to. I make these YouTube videos, I host events and tournaments, all of the information for those will be available down in the description if you need it, and I compete every so often when I get an opportunity. And unlike the big boys, offline opportunities are only so rare for me. But I had one that I did generally pretty well at, and I never got to share my story about it, and time is running out. So today, I'm going to cover with you my Mortal Kombat New Jersey run, where I managed to place third place, while beating a pretty cool Mortal Kombat influencer. I wanted to take the opportunity to showcase it with you guys. And of course, if you'd like me to talk about it more on stream, I'd love to chew your ear off about it over on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/kevinmcolon. I'm going to be streaming literally Monday through Friday for the upcoming month. Mortal Kombat competitive opportunities every day, as well as playing you guys myself. So if you are interested in coming and hanging out, please feel free to stop by and say hi. But for now, let's cover this run. This medal I take with me everywhere. I've commentated NEC, I brought it there. When I go back to Mortal Kombat New Jersey, as you can imagine, in New Jersey, I bring it with me. This is my piece right here. I'm gonna show you how I earned it today. I have the Star GG bracket up here. I compete under the tag Boomers, for those of you who don't know. I also have a competitive team called the Golden Coalition. If you keep up in the team, a lot of strong players on my team. I'd like to become one of them at some point, time permitting. This was one of my best showcases competitively for me. This first match against my homie JP Vari was played off stream, unfortunately. You don't get to be on stage all the time, so I can't show you gameplay from that. He was really focusing more on Street Fighter at the time, so this was just, or King of Fighters, I believe actually was what he was going hardcore on. So he wasn't as invested in Mortal Kombat. Now this second matchup is an important one. I am friends with a homie called MsMeseeks. MsMeseeks is another big commentator and influencer in the community. She is not gonna like me saying this, but she lost to him right before this and wasn't very happy about it. And I promised Meseeks after that match that I would avenge her in bracket if I got the opportunity to. Didn't even know that I would have to play her opponent next. You'll see me here getting ready and squaring up for my match. My hair's different, I'm wearing glasses, I'm being a cool boy, you know. But I'm prepping here with the mindset of I've got to avenge my homie just because she's my friend and I want to do that. So I went in very intentionally focusing on, I don't want to beat this guy. He's a wonderful person, by the way. He was very nice. This is the competitive part of me. I don't want to beat this guy. I want to maul this guy for beating my friend. He pulled out Baraka. So one of the first things that was important when I started playing this guy was the understanding that he's running back spikes. Back spikes for Baraka is a very important move in this matchup. It limits the way that Jackie gets to move around. I don't think it makes it a bad matchup for her, but it makes it uncomfortable. And you'll see here, he starts using them immediately to try to dictate space so that I can't lead. But he has a problem with not like fully committing to that game plan. Like I feel like he should have been doing it more. That's also just me being a gorilla. I apologize for that. You're gonna see a lot of gorilla gameplay from me. It's my favorite thing. My mindset was just if I could drown this guy in Jackie pressure, that we could pretty much just take the whole game, and that's generally what happened for me here. So you see it right here. I'm just gonna start frame trapping, not getting off of his back, hitting him with shenanigans. And I think with Jackie, the real skill set with her is just layering your offense. The more I was able to do that and he wasn't able to adapt, the better it was for me. And then watch the read again here. So, oh, who am I? You know? Yeah, but generally it didn't work for him because he was supposed to be limiting my space and I just used Goop. I don't understand. Every time they have had an opportunity to balance this character in Jackie, every single iteration of her has just been stronger than the last one. Now, I've played Jackie since the vanilla version of the game when all she had was first round KO and next gen. And every update made her stronger. I don't know why. I don't know why NRS wanted her to be so good. But she is, and it just got showcased in this match. I'll show some clips from it just to not make you sit through the whole thing. And you'll see one of my favorite things here is just these setups in the corner. They're so annoying, right? Like, if he would have blocked this, he would have been mostly dead anyway, because he just would have taken so much. How much health did he have? By the time he got knocked down, yeah, literally at 14%, you can chip people out. I'll actually show you that setup real quick. So you'll see here, I set up the same situation, right? Baraka's gonna be in the corner and block this setup, so you see the idea of what I was going for. Like he actually just dies at 14%. He can't survive that setup. Even if he would have tried to press something back, the flames would have killed him before. So this guy was generally dead, whether he got hit or blocked it. He had to anti-air me to get out. And it's sneaky because you don't react fast enough and then you just get mauled. It's rough, but it's the situation. It's how it goes. Now, instances like this were big tells to me too with how comfortable he was in the matchup. Like landing a 1-1-2 for Baraka is so big. And the fact that he wasn't ready to confirm those when he got them into stronger options just sold me on the idea that maybe he wasn't just, you know, ready. Or for some people it's competitive nerves. Sometimes they can't necessarily perform as well when it's their first time competing. Again, was a really nice guy, but I'm playing Jackie. You got to be comfortable against the meta or this is just what happens. So we skip past that one and then we get into one of the funner aspects of the stream. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with the influencer Destroyer. He holds a lot of great competitive opportunities for the community. Has a really booming YouTube channel. I've been a big fan of him for a long time. I had to play him for this medal. Essentially, there was a small enough bracket where after winning this match in my first match against JP Vari, Destroyer was standing in between myself and guaranteed third place in the tournament. And on top of that, he was using the character Collector. Now, if you know me at all, or even if you don't know me, I'm gonna explain it anyways, have hated Collector as a character for a millennia. Now, it's not because of how he plays competitively. I think that's fine. I'm annoyed by it, but I'm playing Jackie. Am I really gonna complain about having to fight Collector? I just find him so boring. I actually go on rants about him all the time. I mean, you could check this clip out. I can literally quote today that unless I am somehow getting paid for it, you will never see me pick this character in the game. Now, one of the really interesting things about Destroyer's run is that was my match to get into winner's quarters. For him, he had to play against this competitor called Captain Spank. Spank usually makes it out to all the Mortal Kombat New Jerseys. He's a Nightwolf and Sub-Zero player and was using Spirit of Hana against Destroyer's Collector and was up 2 games on him. Destroyer was able to reverse 3-0 this set, which made me very much fear his level of adaptability in dealing with Jackie, because I obviously know Destroyer's no slouch. And I was already, you know, counting my lucky stars that he was more focused on Multiversus that night than he was on Mortal Kombat. But even without that practice, which I thought was my problem, I hadn't been practicing really for this tournament, just came out and tried to see how well I can do. Destroyer was really down on the cards. I mean, the second Hana hits you, if you guys don't know how it operates, you cannot amplify any of your special moves, and that super limits what Collector is able to do. And even with that handicap, and down 2-0 on the scoreboard, well, 2-1 by the time here, he's already making his comeback here. Destroyer was still able to adapt, not being able to access any of his amplified moves, and just punish Spank for bad habits that late into the set. So when it came to be my time to play him, I was actually very concerned about how well that was going to go, because I don't like people being adaptable. That's not, you don't want to, especially with Jackie. I want you to just hold all of this pressure. So I got into the match with Destroyer, and there's a couple of interesting notes with it. So I actually had a conversation with MsMeseeks before I sat down, because I was noting that with Collector, when he does Relic Lore, you actually have the ability to interrupt that. I'll actually showcase that really quick so you understand what I'm talking about. So the way this operates is essentially if Collector ever uses Relic Lore on you and you block it, you can completely just interrupt them. So this is free punish into whatever like confirm you want to do. I was so out of practice and so nervous because I'm such a fan of Destroyer that I wasn't really like willing to do it a lot of times throughout the set. So you're gonna see me holding a lot of pressure and dropping a lot of inputs. You're just gonna have to work with me and trust that I know this. It gets brought up in commentary also, but yeah, there's Destroyer, here I am, and our set's about to start. Now, for the record too, none of this is me, you know, trying to like fish Destroyer. We played Multiversus right after this, and he mauled me. He actually got me back by taking me out of winner's quarters where I would have got top 3 with my teammate in Multiversus. So we both kind of evened each other that day in different games, and I'm sure if he focuses MK, it'll be a lot harder. So this first match was going to be the real test for like me and my nerves and how well I was going to do in this competition. Like I needed to know that I could hang while being a little out of practice. Again, you're going to see a lot of drops. I get a lot of like forward 1s into back forward 2 when I was trying to do forward 1-2. I don't know, like right here. I don't know what my thumbs were on. This is part of competitive nerves, right? I hadn't really practiced in a while. I hadn't been competing in a while, and my brain wasn't ready to handle all of this. The second I run into solid competitors after this, I have some cool moments, but it gets very, very weird, you know? You see, of course, Jackie, the damage queen. It's like if I land a hit in the right scenarios, you just get to just lay them into the dirt, into damage. That anti-air is always something I'm looking for. Anytime I goop floor, my assumption is that my opponent wants to jump, and I'm always looking to stand one anti-air jump in. No, a lot of game one is relatively the same. Destroyer starts like mounting a comeback here, and then I'm playing Jackie, so it's like at some point I think I get up, I hit him. Yeah, you see, like I catch a jump in. He probably got like a botched input 2 into Fatal, and we don't even have to talk about it. We go into game 2. Now, game 2 does become a different thing, right? The adaptations from Destroyer start changing immediately. The first thing is he starts realizing that I'm willing to hold a lot of pressure. So he just starts using collector specials in my face that keep him plus. He starts teleporting away at distances that I'm not comfortable with. He also realized that I'm asleep at the wheel with overhead, so I get hit with that crushing blow a lot. And one of the problems with Relic Lore, even though when you block it, they die, is that if they get a launch, since it's his armor breaker, I think most of you know this, you can't break away from it anyway. It just gives him more damage. So I have to hold on to that defensive meter, because if he launches me, there's no reason to really try to get out of it. I'm gonna get mauled. So my biggest adjustment on my side is to try to like bait him with goop, invest in my damage, and take anything that's guaranteed. Right, since I'm so uncertain about a lot of things, once I know that I have guaranteed damage and he can't break out of it, or he's not willing to for the, you know, I also throw in a couple of cheeky setups, but that's just my style. But I'm mostly trying to stick to what I know will solidly net me damage and just sprinkle in a little bit of guerrilla play, you know? If guerrilla play is a king thing, then just pretend I said something else. I don't know. It sounded weird to me after. Now, I had an incredible life lead in this round, but there's just a point where, again, Destroyer makes this adaptation. He gets me to hold pressure. This accidental breakaway that's going to come up is a big problem for me. I forget when it happens. I get hit by something right there, trying to crouch block. And then this, beautiful from him, it just fully commits to the fact that I'd be doing something. And I'm done. I'm ready to go on to the next game. Now, game 2 is where the momentum starts shifting again, back and forth between us. You'll see, like, I have a big life lead here. I have him in a pretty banger situation. And this teleport for Jack is just so hard to deal with when he doesn't do it right in my face. And anytime I try to overcommit at distance, I'm just holding all of his range tools. I'm not challenging Relic Lore. I wish so many times that I could go back and play this set again today and just hit him with that 4-3. I don't know what it was that day where I just wasn't willing to do it. I could have got through this set so much more convincingly, but it's just I wasn't ready. And it's just, again, a momentum shift. It's essentially just each of us trying to put the other one in the corner and then play our game plan, which is a lot of characters, you know? You want that corner pressure, that positioning is so good. But it's worse in Mortal Kombat because look here, I die in the corner. We don't go back to mid-screen like Street Fighter. I have to continue my next round starting in this corner. That's a very NRS specific thing. And it's rough for situations like this, where you're just getting red for your life. And now the nerves are settling in, right? This is where the competitive aspect comes in. Like, my brain is focused on, oh, it's not gonna happen. And fighting that urge the whole time, especially for those of you who have that, it's difficult, but if you can be self-aware and catch yourself in it, a lot of times you can come out of it. There's no way I bring this round back at a 950 health deficit versus Collector doing all of this. So you see me there trying to get away from him and still getting caught up. That stand 4 from Collector is so obnoxious for me. Thankfully, at this point, because of the Waker Ball, I'm close enough to get a punish back. So you see, again, like, I know Destroyer is willing to hold all of this. So I'm just like, I don't know what specifically he preferred holding that defensive meter for, but he wasn't spending it on breakaways all the time. So I was a little more confident that I could just go for my punishes. And then you see, too, how he likes to hold up in a lot of situations so that I really can't get my my punishes on him. Now it's a game of chicken as to whether I'm going to leap at him or not. And he gets caught. Breaks away. I need one more hit. Yeah, and I think I end up taking... I probably didn't need to spend that, too. I'll be real. I probably could have did the forward 3-string and then just put goop on the floor. But again, I wasn't ready, and I was trying to take whatever was guaranteed. And Fatal Blow is so much easier than finishing a Jackie combo. Ah! See, so we're managing to check some teleports now. You could essentially forward 3 it, because I think the worst thing that'll happen is you'll get back 3, and it'll stagger. Guaranteed damage there. I'm trying to set up the jump out of the corner situation again, but he's a little more akin to it now. You can... So if he doesn't finish that 4-4-3, you can back forward to him. But it was tough guessing as to when he was going to do it. And you see me trying to like throw out like random pokes in case he teleports close to me. But a lot of time we were just holding this, backing up, trying to make space. I just didn't want to be in his range. The short hop. Oh, I hate it. Every character short hop in this game is so good. Ooh, stuff it with the 4-3. Yeah, we got another one. So now we're tied up. It's game 5. Community members. It's game 5, and I need this to get into a winner's finals to guarantee this bad boy right here. And I think at this point I was trying to tell myself that I should really focus on including goop more, but to do it at distances where I'm not going to get caught with his stuff. And the problem is Collector's also like a pretty solid damage character. And a big part of his fundamental toolkit means he has a lot of really solid anti-airs. His stand 1 is great, his down 2 is great. I think his stand 2 is also good. His down 1 might even hit in some weird spots. So he's like built to counter Jackie if he makes a good read on an anti-air. Sometimes with Jackie, I'm convinced honestly that you just have to be a gorilla and take to the sky. Oh, Goop saves me? You can also call that out if he charges it, but you know, it's again, like I was nervous and I didn't want to chance it. Oh, that's guaranteed. In the face in the fire? All right, so now essentially my nutsack is trembling. I'm like, okay, I don't want to make a mistake. I really wanted to get a medal. I've gone to like 4 MKNJ events at this point, and I was so close, like 3 different occasions. I went out like 4th place, not getting a medal. And I was like, I can't let this happen to me again. Oh, we get the hit. And I'm trying to mental stack him too, right? Like I want him to just get annoyed so I can get away with it. I don't remember if I get to maul him this round though. Chicken game of threatening the leap again. Oh, I guess. Oh, I drop it. Oh, and then I get lucky again, dude. I'm actually such a chimpanzee. Oh, I don't like that. I wanted to beat him on the air-to-air. Oh, he dropped. I didn't punish. Oh my god. And we just take the guarantee. Yeah, that forward 3 string does so much damage. Bro, that fellow Destroyer is so buff. It's crazy. I'm working on it. But he's got the lead on me, dude. So that obviously the clout set of the night, right? I get to finesse a win over like a very, very big Mortal Kombat influencer and kind of put that on in my pocket and guarantee this medal right here. The next 2 competitors I have to face is where this medal gets a little fake. It's a Ghost, who's another Jackie player. I'm very familiar with him. He's taken a lot of tournaments. As you can see there, he's finessed a lot of Mortal Kombat New Jersey medals, a bunch. The dork, he had to flex. Of course, same thing, right? Before Mortal Kombat 1 came out, he had to flex that he got a bunch of medals at events. I don't like that he looks like he's related to me too. That bothers me probably more than anything. But he was the next person I had to compete against, which is a Jackie mirror. We're both Jackie main, so it was gonna be an awkward set. I had a really good game 1 against him, and then kind of just like didn't. I think I was so satisfied with this that I kind of got a little too careless. I was like, oh, I already achieved my goal for today. But I had a good game 1. I'll show you game 1 and then a couple of sequences of him mauling me. Now this is the fish. This is solely so you guys know that I can do this. Now he's the Jackie in green. I'm the one on the left side right now in the black and yellow setup. I think game 1 was all about me just showing him that I was willing to anti-air his pressure.
Kevin, black and gold powers him.
So he got a little like shimmy going there. The throw failing me again.
On all stats? Yeah, all stats. And a plus 21.
And right here, and then trying to just stay solid on like my anti-air conversions on him.
That is a lot.
And layer the offense. It was working pretty well for a bit. I don't remember if I take game 1. I think I do. Yeah, but this is the winner's final set. Had I won this, I would have been guaranteed like 2nd place. And I think, I mean, Mortal Kombat 11's over. But if I ever have a set like this again with Ghost, I'm definitely going to spend more time reviewing that footage. Because I think if I would have been a little more attentive, I could have taken this game and gotten the silver medal, maybe even the gold. I think, knowing me, I'd probably try to go for like the Goop guarantee. If I get a turn on pressure. It depends what happens after this fatal blow.
I was gonna say jump.
Yeah, because his health is so low. Essentially, like Jackie has to come to me to secure that, and I just take the easy way out and use the win condition. And I think for a bit, I was actually still streaking on. I was robbing this fella blind in a lot of situations. What's the setup? Oh, he falls for the back 3? Come on, Ghost. He's smarter than that. But it continues like this for a bit, and then it just gets turned around. And I continue to try to fight back, but you can see by the end of the match, it's just not in my favor. He caught on to my habits. I played fundamentally solid in the beginning, but just made too many mistakes near the end, got too careless. Yeah, I get clipped there with that forward 1-2, and this pretty much spells the end of the road. This is a guaranteed crushing blow. I can't do anything to get out of it. And then, again, I have to get to him. Now he's using my strategy of just, like, killing me with Goop. I try to get something going. And it's like 1 hit confirm into fatal blow keeps me alive. And just challenging me off the flawless block was so good. Being able to flawless block that was so good. Now, they never finished updating the bracket on Star GG, but you can see here, I play Ghost, I lose to Ghost. We come over to loser semifinals here where I have to play Doom, very solid Sonya player. I get mauled for the majority of the match. It was fun getting to have Destroyer commentated. There's only really one moment in the set that I think is cool enough to show, just that I was able to pull off this little secret tech. It's so annoying to me that I was so nervous versus Destroyer, and then I end up in a set like this and I managed to pull this off. But it was cool to me, so I want to show it. Yeah, so Doom is essentially just, it's a very slow pace like Sonya matchup. He drops his confirm here. And I managed to fatal blow in between rings. Now, one of the things I'll tell you too is I wasn't even sure when I went for this if this still worked. I just knew I was dead if it didn't. Cool to pull that off and then get the win there. I end up losing to Doom later in the tournament. That's how I get eliminated. And then he plays Ghost for the rest of it. Again, if you guys are interested in attending some of these events, we'll be holding another one on September 16th. I'll be there along with MsMeseeks, Dark Armor, Montneva, Charbach, a lot of other people. I think we have like over 100 something people coming to attend and compete, and like $500 in the pot right now. So a big shout out to Dark Armor for putting on these events and these opportunities. A big thanks to you guys who sat through this whole video. I'm going to be uploading a lot more soon. A lot of Mortal Kombat, a lot of Marvel Snap, a lot of fun. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.